If he tries to bridge or to pop like up to his feet here, like go bridge on both feet, like a back neck bridge, there you go. He'll give me his back, super easy, all right? So he only has one real way to go, which is this way, okay? And that's what I'm counting on. When he starts to turn, and boom, you know, I can take his back. But we'll get into that in a second. The key here is having good control of this position, all right? So one of the things that you want to focus on is on your grip, okay? So I'm going to move in a little bit closer now that you got to see the whole picture, okay? So that you can see the grip now. Okay, so right from here, I got my Kimura, all right? Now rather than just being here, okay, I don't know if you guys see, like right now it's only my fingertips that are covering his forearm like this. And this is how most people do their Kimura, all right? What I want to do is what I call the motorcycle grip, where I'm going to roll my wrist, okay? You see here, boom. My other hand does the same thing, so boom. This locks the arm out much more, all right? Because one of your enemies here is that if he's able to extend his arm, okay, you have a very weak control of the grip, all right? So I have motorcycle grip, boom. And I want to keep his arm very bent in, and I want to have his hand as far across his chest as possible, okay? Because your whole goal is to avoid him trying to post any part of his arm here on the mat, okay? So if I'm here, boom, this is my position. So now when he tries to turn into me, okay, he can't, because he can't post on this side. If I'm a little bit loose with his grip, he can put the elbow on the mat and come up, all right? And if he comes up too fast, it's gonna make it very difficult for me to counter. Okay, so when I'm here, I'm extending the grip way out. So when he tries to turn into me, it's going to be very difficult. With a lot of effort and struggle, he will be able to, but you're gonna be ready for it with a counter. Okay? So from the beginning, we'll start at the edge here. I'm sorry. He shoots the single, hips, he comes up. I'm threading the arm in, locking my Kimura. Okay? And now I'm going to sit back, okay? I'm doing like a one-legged squat here. Boom, throw, and then right from here, I'm just going to control the grip, okay? So motorcycle grip, arm very far across the chest, and pinning him right here. Okay, so this is the setup for the Kimura trap off the headed side single leg, okay? Now, I'm gonna post a question on the Facebook group, all right? So follow me on there now. That one, there you go. Okay, so if he shoots the single, he comes up. I get the Kimura, but then he takes me down. Okay? The pressure on the Kimura will still cause him to flip without me actually throwing him, all right? If he comes down again, I'm going to lower the camera a little bit. When he's here, if he goes to finish by like tripping or running the pipe, okay? Me falling while he's like trying to hold on to my leg doesn't save him from the sweep. Okay? Good questions. So let me keep going. Ming Dang, you can do the Kimura trap from the double, okay? So I'm not going to show that right now, but essentially you can do the Kimura. Once you lock on the Kimura, you could do it from a double, from a single, from a high crotch, whether the head's on the inside or the outside. Brooke, how would you start off with this grip if your opponent's keeping the right arm tight to his body? Okay, that's a good question, right? I know some people are like, oh, you know, this wouldn't work on a wrestler with good form. It does, all right? So here's the situation. So he's here, okay? And we turn the angle a little bit, get a little closer. you see, like if he's holding his legs, his arms very tight like this, you know, I mean, I can still punch in this way. All right, so I'm gonna give you like the worst case scenario where he's wrapped. Yeah, like this is hard. Like I can't get in off the get-go. All right, so I mean, you can do other sweeps here. Like I could do just a sumegaeshi or whatnot. But if I really want this Kimura trap here, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to another counter, which is the rip and stomp, where I'm just gonna pull on the elbows in and kick my foot down. Okay, so a lot of times that will break it. But if he's tough, he's gonna hold on. When I come here, but now I've made space to get in. Okay, so I'm using 2 techniques back to back. So he's really, really tight. And by the way, when someone's this tight, their head's really low. So it's a good position where you can really stuff them. All right, so when it's here, stuff, right? I stretched him out. He's still tight in the leg though, but now there's room here. All right, so I can punch in, get my Kimura, and then come back here. Okay. Yeah, absolutely, with a wizard. Okay, so that was for Brooks. Okay, Joey Chase, your goal when you have the TV position is to keep the guy down on their back. Okay, they're going to be able to get up, but you're giving them resistance. Andy, yes, you can do the Kimura trap with the head on the outside. The landing will be a little bit different. All right, let's switch back. If I go here, and someone asked this before, right? Like maybe it started on the inside, and then as I lock this, he moved his head to the outside. Okay, so now we're here. Kimura trap still works. I fall. Boom. Okay, so he'll roll in a different direction, but he's going to end up in the same position. Let's see what else. Okay, I know there's probably a lot of people I haven't got to yet, but I still want to keep going. This is just the review part of it, all right? Great questions, okay? So now we're going to go on to the next technique, all right, which is to finish from the trap position. All right, so let's go back here. So now he shoots in, boom. I sprawled, he came up, I attacked, whack. I got here, okay, move a little bit in. So now at this point, okay, got the Kimura trap, I have good control, all right? So now when he tries to roll into me, there's resistance, okay? It's not meant to keep him on his back forever, but you know, it's gonna make him struggle. So now what's gonna happen for him to get on top, okay, try to roll into me, go. He can't get up without bridging a little bit, all right? And that's what I'm counting on. So when he comes up and he starts to try to cut the corner, you see that bottom knee right there? My right knee, let's change the angle a little bit. When he starts to turn in, my right knee here is sliding right underneath his hip. Super important, okay? Because now I'm starting to place my hips on his back, okay? My other leg is gonna come over, hook, boom, right here. So now I got one hook, and I got my knee in the bottom, so now my back is engaged. From this point, I'm gonna move it a little bit closer so you can see some of the handiwork with my hands. Okay, right from here, I'm gonna switch my hands off. You see my left hand, right hand is gonna come, boom, right here. Okay, so I'm just switching my hands. Okay, here, boom. My other hand is gonna wrap all the way around the neck. Okay, so again, I'm like this, okay? I was grabbing my own wrist, I'm gonna switch, grab his wrist. I post my elbow on the ground so that I can sit up, and this is important, I'm putting my chest on his back, okay? And then I'm gonna weave the choke in right here. Wow. I'm coming like a loop. I'm making a little loop. and cutting in, and I want to hook. The little angle change, I want to hook over his shoulder right here. Okay, so here, hook, boom. Okay, so now I have a wrist control and I got a hook, and ideally I'm like this, where I'm under his chin. Okay, at this point, now I'm gonna roll, okay, so that I'm gonna face the ceiling square right here. Okay, and at this point, that frees my other leg, so I get my second hook. Okay, now at this point, I got both hooks, I got the wrist control, and I got the one arm choke set up. Okay, so this transition is for me, the best one in the system. Okay, and this is actually how I finished Tarsus Humphreys at the ADCC. Okay, so it's my favorite. Again, from the beginning, we are the TD position, good grip. He starts trying to turn into me. Bottom knee, hook, hand switch, get behind. I'm threading the choke, and then I'm going to expose the hip here so I can get my second hook. And I score my points, and now I'm ready to choke here. Okay, so that's transitioning from the Kimura trap TV position into the one-arm choke. Okay, let's go back into the Facebook group. Okay, Jonathan Chan, what do you do if he tucks his chin? Okay, very good. We'll go over that. Okay, switch the feet. Go. Okay, so if I was like this here, and I went to weave and tuck your chin down, boom, and I didn't get there, I'll just still go over and hook the shoulder. Okay, so if we were to mimic exactly the same situation, I'm here, okay, I get the hook, I do the hand switch, I go to weave and he's tucking in, boom, I'll just grab onto the shoulder, all right, so that I can still get his back here. Okay, once I'm here, okay, if I really want to fight for this choke, set up a little bit just to show different. When I'm here, okay, I can let go of one hand, start prying, lifting up the head, and then sliding that arm in. Okay, but at the very least, if you're just here like this, okay, I got the back, I got a strong position. I can continue fighting for this choke. I could strike here and then okay, but what I'm looking to do with the fingers, I'm looking to slide in here. So a lot of times when I'm here, if we're fighting, I'll start punching the front of the face, pulling him up, pushing it down, all right, so that I could get him to make the little mistake of just lifting up for a quick second, so I could jump in. Okay, let's see what other questions we have here. What if the left hand defends the choke? All right, a lot of people are asking the left hand. So I'm here. Wait, turn it over this way. And I'm going to show more the mechanics of the choke in the next section here. But if I'm coming here and he's defending with his left hand, this hand is in a very weak position to defend the choke. Okay, and this is why I like the wrist control here for the one-arm choke, all right? Because once I thread this arm in, if you look how far he has to reach to take that hand off, it's very difficult. Okay, and my choke is, boom, is right there. All right, so once I get a deep hook, the other hand's nearly like useless in fighting the choke. This would be his best hand to defend, right? If he was here, he could peel it off real easy, but I'm taking that hand away from him. All right, so that he has to use an arm that he has to reach across and be in a weak position to fight that hand. Okay, and in any case, if you're here and you don't like this choke, I could always switch, boom, right here to a rear naked. All right, let's see. Do you have to stuff? Do you have any way to stuff the arm being control to the back. When you're doing this particular position, no, sometimes the arm might actually pop behind if he makes a mistake, but for the most part, just the single wrist control is good enough. For the gi, yeah, you could definitely do just a lapel choke. Essentially, like the one arm choke is like a no gi lapel choke. His wrist that you're pinning, you definitely want to keep it tight to his chest. Okay. You could get. I'm not a big triangle choke guy myself. I'm sure you could do it. And you could definitely transition to a neck crank. If you're having a tough time finishing off the back, there's a lot of ways. You could definitely go back to the Kimura trap position. You could go into an arm bar. You can go to a lockdown. So there's a lot of different things you can do with it. Okay? Good, good. All right. We're going to move on. Let's turn it up a little bit. Who wants to win something? All right, go ahead, comment there. Who wants to win a prize? All right. Okay, like I said before, all right, Black Friday, let's give some stuff out. All right, so I'm going to be giving out some prizes for basic trivia questions. Okay, the way it's going to work out, as soon as I'm going to make a new post, I'm going to ask a question, and the one that's on the earliest on top that's correct wins. Okay, afterwards, I'll message the winner. Okay, so that we can get you your prize. Okay, so first up for grabs, we'll start simple. All right, it's going to be Kimura Trap t-shirt. Not this one that I'm wearing, all right, but you'll get a brand new one. Okay, so I'm going to put up a question here. Okay, we're starting off simple. We'll get some bigger prizes afterwards. Okay. Go. Question is up. This is an easy one. Now the rules, you gotta post it on the thread that I made. Oh, we got a winner. Oh, Mr. Marco Cruzat is the winner. You respond, all right. Marco Cruzat, I'll be messaging you, all right. Free shirt, don't worry, there's many more prizes. All right, okay, so let's move now to the next technique, okay? We're gonna be doing a couple more giveaways, all right? So if you missed out, you remember, for the rules, you gotta post on the thread itself, all right? Okay, next technique, let's move it. Okay, this is the last one before we get into the more, into the Kimura lockdown, all right? So, setting up the arm bar now. Okay, so I'm in, it's a little angle here, TV position, he rolls into me, and maybe he's at this point and I start reacting, okay? So he's a little bit high now, because if I start trying to take the back at this point, he might keep getting up and I'm not gonna get there, okay? So instead, I'm gonna work into the arm bar. So he comes up, hook, I come back for the finish here. Okay, so again, what's going on, you're essentially starting the same way. Okay, he turns in, bottom knee is coming through, all right, but now, all right, I don't need to bring my knee, like if you can move your arm, I don't want to put it by his hip, I could come up more like towards the ribs, okay? So I'm here, he starts coming up, boom, my other leg is gonna kick over his head here. Now, depending on how flexible you are and how deep he's like rolled, you might have to roll a little bit with him, okay, like here, so that I can catch the head. A lot of times, you could use your grip to help, okay? Like, let's say he comes up to his knees a little bit. He's like here, where he's already kind of high. I can use my Kimura grip to push him back down so that I can thread the leg. Okay, because you remember, he has a weak balance when you have this Kimura here. So he's coming up here, I'm just pushing the grip into him to tumble him back down, and then I can throw the leg over the head. Okay, once I have that, I'm just gonna roll to my back and pinch my knees together. Boom, right here. Okay, from another angle, keep turning a little bit. Okay. When I get to the finishing position, I really want to focus on this pinch. Boom, okay. This pinch makes a huge difference on the arm bar. Okay, when my legs are loose, you can see I can pull his arm way, put your legs flat. I can pull his arm way down, all right? From another angle, legs loose, arm could go all the way out here. I pinch the knees together, boom, and he's tapping right here. So there's a huge difference in range. You know, you're talking about like 30 degrees off when you pinch tight. Okay, so particularly when you have a foot tucked in, okay, you really want to pinch tight. All right, so you get a good control of the elbow. All right, the other thing, when you're switching from the Kimura grip, all right, you want to try to stay tight on the arm. Okay, so when I come here, boom. Okay, you see how I'm hugging the arm really tight. I don't want to extend back like this, right? Because now when my arms are extended, my pull is weaker here, right? Versus when I'm here, okay, pull is a lot stronger. But I like to keep control of the wrist. And a lot of people finish like this, all right, but then you don't have control of the wrist. So I keep very tight control of the wrist and just hug it to the chest here, all right, and catch the arm bar. Okay, so one more time. We're here, he starts to turn in, knee, leg hook. If he gets a little bit higher, use the Kimura to bring him down, hook, roll, pinch the knees together, tight, boom. Catch the arm lock. All right. Let's see. Posting a question here. Okay, we've got questions from the arm lock transition. Go ahead, post some comments there. All right, let's get a lot of good feedback here. If you don't have a question, just post that you don't have a question. And let me know if you're enjoying the techniques, okay? Okay, I'm adding a bunch of people that just jumped in. Welcome. Okay. I'm just going through some requests here. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, Jordan, you could definitely set up a bicep slicer from here. Particularly from the Kimura, you have the grip already like set up, ready to go, right? Like this. I like this transition, so let's do it real quick. Okay, when he's here, I'm like this, and I have the Kimura grip. You know what? All right. So I have the Kimura grip already. Okay, I could just fold the grip down. Okay, again, motorcycle grip, I'm rolling the wrist, boom, throw my leg that's tucked in over, okay, and again, I'm just bringing the shin across his wrist, figure four, and then turn, boom, the wrist to finish. All right, let's get a little closer. So I'm here, Kimura, all right, I have the arm bar. let's say he was locking his hands, all right, which happens a lot. Okay, so I'm here, I'm gonna roll the wrist, okay, and I'm gonna push down, throw my shin over, okay, so I wanna replace my wrist, okay, wow, right here. And you wanna try to get it perpendicular, all right, so don't go diagonal, you wanna try to get it perpendicular, all right. Once I can do that, figure 4, right here, okay, and now my grip, okay, right now my hand is thumb up, so I'll roll it, okay, from here to here, all right, because that, right now, like there's this space, and then whap, this space is wider, so it does more damage to the arm. So when he locks his hands again, here, 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 when I start turning that way, boom. Okay, instant tap. And then the deeper my hand is, like right now I'm only wrist deep. If I push the arm a little bit deeper, okay, again, tap comes in play. Okay, so a little bonus there, all right? So yeah, you can definitely do the bicep cycle there. It's a very cool transition for me. Let's see, let me refresh this real quick. Got some people. What if he stopped you putting the head on the head? Okay, great question. Okay, I'm gonna answer that in a moment. Let me see. Okay, a couple of people asking the same question. All right, so now, so he's here. I'm like this. He turns into me real fast, and he gets his head down. Okay, so let's turn a little bit this way, and put your head down. So he's here, okay? So now, even if I turn all the way through, I can't get my leg over his head. All right, so now it's like, well, a couple things I could do. You know, I could do like a shin across the neck and roll this way, which will force him to roll, okay? Let me back up a little bit, get a better angle of that. So again, he rolls, he gets really low, okay? I still put the knee in the ribs, and then I'm gonna turn and put my forehead on the mat. Here, I'll bring my shin across the back of his neck, and then roll through. The pressure on the neck is going to cause him to roll, and now you're going to be back in an armbar position. And if I adjust myself a little bit, I'm going to be like this. Okay, so he's going to have a moment where he's going to be able to turn into me and escape the armbar, but walk right into a triangle. And if he stays put, because he's going to know the triangle is very obvious, then I can just throw the leg over. Okay. So again, we're here, he turns really fast, puts the head on the ground. I'm just gonna bring, let me change the angle a little bit so they can see the other side. So I want you to get to see the other side of this. So he turns in, knee comes in here, okay? I turn, put my forehead on the mat. I'm gonna bring my hips over, roll through, okay? At this point, the neck is going to be over the shoulder. If I come up, same position. I land somewhat like this, all right? So if he turns into me, it's an instant triangle choke, okay? So he's going to probably be aware of that danger, so he might like try to scuttle around a little bit to shift the position, and I can just turn and then get the arm bar here. Okay, so again, if he rolls really fast, you could still follow him with the arm lock. Okay. Now, let's see if there's any other questions. Okay, cool. All right. So now we're gonna move in to some more stuff, all right? And actually from a similar situation, okay, where you guys just asked, all right? And particularly we're gonna be doing what's called the Kimura lockdown, all right? I'm gonna post a comment here. Who wants to see the Kimura lockdown? Okay, I just put a post there. Give me some feedback, all right? In the meantime, I'm gonna be adding some people in the group. A lot of people who just jumped in right now. Cool, cool, cool. All right, almost caught up here, all right? Got a lot of people coming in late. All right, no worries. We're still fresh in this. We haven't even hit an hour yet, and we've gone through a lot of cool stuff already. All right, it's awesome. Okay, just finished adding. All right, great. Thanks guys for the feedback. It's awesome. Okay, so now. I like that one comment, me and the lurkers. All right, so now, same position for the Kimura trap system, okay? So we're here, and he turns in really fast, okay? And maybe I'm at this point, right, where he's already in his fours. So like for me to react here, it's gonna be easier for him to defend, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'll demonstrate it once. He turns. Okay. Bam. That might be one way. He actually felt kind of funny. I made it look even cooler. All right. Is that a good shoulder? A bad shoulder?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So again, he comes. Okay. Let me do that from another angle because you don't get to see a lot from there. Come back down. Okay. Yeah. He comes. Okay. Here. Wow. Okay. And this position here is the Kimura lockdown. All right. Well, we'll zoom it in a little bit. Let's come over this way. Boom. Okay. So this is the position right here. All right. So it's essentially like a half guard almost, all right? Like if we started from a half guard right here and he was posting, I did a Kimura on this arm and I scooted my hips away from him a little bit so I can throw the leg over, bam, okay? This is a Kimura lockdown, okay? When I get this leg over the shoulder where his head's on the other side, I have the Kimura, tight elbow to my chest, and this leg's pinching in. All right, I'm in a very strong position. All right, so just to show that transition again from the beginning. Come this way. This is your good arm, right?
No.
No? Which one's a good one?
This way.
Okay, give me your good arm. There we go. We're trying to get, we got one good arm, one bad arm. All right, this one. Okay, so he turns into me. Okay, so all I'm doing, okay, when he comes down, when he starts to roll into me, instead of trying to follow him this way, like we were before, I'm going to go the completely opposite way. I'm going to swing this way, and then I'm going to bring my knees here. Wow. And bring my leg over. Okay. So I was here. Okay, Keenan had described this the other day. I liked it. He called it a hot dog roll, right? When this is rolling like sideways, whoop, boom, and coming in here. Okay, so now from here, I got my foot starting at the hip. I have the Kimura. I want to have my chest tight to his elbow. All right, I don't want a lot of space like this. I'm trying to keep it tight. All right, and what's really important is that I want to have a lot of pressure. Let's scoot in a little bit over here. Got some room. Okay, I want to have a lot of pressure over this shoulder because I want it to be bent over like this flat. If I'm here and he's sitting upright, go ahead. Okay, right here my position is weakening, come up higher. There you go, yeah, like when he starts getting really high with his shoulders, I'm in a weak position. Okay, so the way you control that is with this leg. Okay, this top leg right here pinches down, all right, and puts pressure on that shoulder. So now when he tries to raise up, okay, there's a lot of pressure on the shoulder because I'm pushing down with my thighs here and pressing into that shoulder. And when he's bent down like this, you have a lot more leverage on the Kimura, all right? So when I'm here, 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 boom, okay? Now, the beauty behind this position, all right, is that you have a Kimura right here. You know, I could finish and get the tap here. If he grabs his pants, all right, my foot is like an extra limb now, and I can kick his hand out, wow, and break the grip. You know, if he's grabbing his shorts, I could just kick right at his shorts to stretch the grip out. If he's grabbing his hands, I can put my foot right inside his hands, kick out, and break the grip. Okay, so having this extra limb on this side, not only does it keep his shoulders down so that he can't like stack you, there's also another little tool where I can push away to help open up the grip. Okay, so let's do that transition one more time. So he turns in, okay, rolling this way, throwing my leg over, bah. Again, he's here, so now, try to give you as many angles because I know it's a little funky. He rolls in, I'm coming here, boom. All right. So, that's a transition. Kimura trap to Kimura lockdown. Who's got questions? All right, go ahead. Let me know what's up. You got questions? Go ahead and post them. Okay, I just put a comment there. Go ahead, let me know on the Facebook group. If you have any questions, let me know. What is your bottom leg supposed to be doing? Good question, Jordan. Sometimes I use the leg to hook his other leg. Other times I use it to set up triangles, arm bars, head scissors. So your other leg is like another weapon that you can use to attach for submissions, or you can use to try to keep him pinned. Martin, there is a bicep slicer here. I'll be showing that shortly. Actually, the next technique, rather. Let me scroll through here. The bottom leg. Okay, a couple of people asking about the bottom leg. Good questions, all right? Let me go ahead and show that again here. Come this way. You can start from your feet, you know, your knees here. So once I'm, turn this way here. This side. Okay, so once I'm in here, okay, this leg, turn it a little bit more. Okay, so this leg here, okay, bottom one could do a bunch of things. One of them, I could use it to hook right here. Okay, you see I'm extending the leg almost. Extend the time. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. So when I'm here, okay, I'm controlling like so. All right. So this helps keep him pinned. All right. But there's other things I can do with this leg. For example, if it's here, if it comes over the front, I can sweep. Okay. Roll into an arm bar. Okay, if I angle off a little bit, if this leg is a little bit loose, boom, I can make an inverted triangle, okay, from another angle. You know, from here, boom, inverted triangle. I could go from here, attack with the head scissors. All right, so there's a lot of little submissions you could do from here. Okay, so you know, to go over all of them will take time, but just know that, you know, your bottom leg has a lot of functions there. Let's see. Dion, if I need the guy in the head, it's like a bonus. Right? It's a whoops. Mario, if he tries to mount, that would be pretty difficult because you're more like in the north-south direction. You're like facing opposite ends, so it's not really possible for him at that point. Okay. Let me add some more people. All right, cool. Let me post another question before we get to the next technique. All right, who is enjoying the webinar so far? Let me know if you're enjoying this, all right? If I'm showing good stuff, if I'm answering your questions, hit this post up so I know. If I'm moving too fast, going too slow, you know, let me know. I like all feedback because I need to know how I can improve this, all right? Thank you. Awesome. Okay, great. I'm glad everybody's liking this. So I love doing this also. It's a cool way of being able to interact with people all over the world. All right. So again, so far, thank you guys for being a good audience. We're getting a lot of good stuff done here. Okay. Let me add some more people. Okay. What do you say, Johan? Another contest?
Another contest. Sir.
Okay, another contest. So, okay, another giveaway. This time, oh damn. Okay, who is ready for another contest? Okay, who's here ready for another contest? All right, this time, up for grabs is going to be the Switch Series DVD. All right. This is going to go over the wrestling switch, all right? So this is a super awesome system that actually works very well with the Kimura trap, okay? So another trivia question. I'll make this one a little bit harder, okay? So you have to really scratch your head to think about this. I'm trying to think of a good question. What's a good trivia question? All right, I got one. Okay, I'm writing the question down. As soon as I post my question, okay, first person to comment under my post. Don't make a new post. You have to comment under this one. So if you need to refresh, refresh. Okay? 1, 2, 3, it's going. Someone put the answer 7. No, I need the location, not with the who. Wait, no, we got a winner, Guillermo Chinovillo, Costa Rica. That was correct, it was Bodog Fight, fought in Costa Rica. Very good, sir, we have a winner, all right, I'll message you right now. Okay, and Guillermo, you just won the Switch DVD. All Okay, cool. All right, we'll still be doing some more contests. All right, so no worries if you haven't won anything yet. Wait, someone said they got it first? No, Guillermo was the first one that I can see here. Okay, anyhow, so next one. Oh. Someone was asking about doing a bicep slicer from the Kimura lockdown, and you can definitely do one. Okay, right here, I'm in the Kimura lockdown, and my opponent is defending very well. Maybe he's locking his hands very tight. Okay, so that I can't break the, hold your hands super tight. Yeah. So I can't break the grip apart, and there's no room to get my foot in. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, okay, I'm gonna thread in here, boom, okay, and it's a bicep slicer right from here. I call this the Avellan squeeze, all right, because it's a unique take on a bicep slicer, all right. So again, we're here, and what I'm gonna do, this foot is gonna sling over, all right, just like you would normally do with a bicep slicer, all right, and I want to try to bring it as perpendicular as possible. Then my right hand is going to hook over my ankle. Okay, so I'm switching from here, boom. Okay, now at this point, what I'm trying to do, okay, stack out a little bit. I'm trying to bring, turn this way. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to bring his wrist into his armpit. Okay, because as I do that, if I have my arm in the way, boom, okay, it's a tap right there. All right, so when I get here, I'm here, I bring this over, hook. Now I'm pulling his wrist into his armpit, and I'm gonna turn my wrist here, okay, as I pull it in. So when I'm here, boom. Okay, so, and again, try not to be too extended like this. You wanna try to stay tight, boom, and get your tap right here, okay? This is good, again, when the guy's locking his hands very tight. If his hands are loose, like this, there's no reason to do it. You could just Kimura him right here, okay? And if he's locking his hands, but they're very loose, again, you can still use your foot. Okay, so this is meant to attack somebody whose arms are super tight, okay? Because it works better in that position when they come through, lock, turn, boom, and score the tap. And this is actually really quick and simple submission hold. Okay, so that's actually one of the quicker ones that I've shown here. All right, I actually showed this on the video preview as well. If you guys are on my email list, you would have seen it. Any questions on the Kimura? I mean the Avellan squeeze. Okay, again, any questions on the Avellan squeeze? You can go ahead, post it. Okay, go ahead, get on the Facebook group, okay? Post any questions you have. Can you show the finish for the Kimura from there? Okay. Yep. Go back to the video feed. All right. So turn it over this way. Okay. So just like any bicep slicer, a lot of times when you start, lock your hands. Okay. So when I go here and he starts feeling the pressure of this, he will let go, okay? Because the pressure relaxes a little bit when he lets go, and he might extend his arm to sort of free it. At that point, I could come back. I'll just slide off my leg to the wrist, okay? And then I can attack here. And the Kimura finish is just like, I'll just lift up on the wrist, okay? And boom, and I get the tap right here. Okay. And what's cool about this one is that if he does manage to roll through the Kimura, he'll land right in the armbar. Okay, come back over. Oh. And then the second question was, I saw, what is the function of turning this wrist? Okay. And what's going to happen, right, when you're doing any type of compression lock, like a bicep slicer or a knee compression, bring your hands and go like this. That way, okay. So essentially this is his arm, right? You know, it can open and close like that. So when I put something in between the joint, his elbow, get a little bit closer. When I put something in between the joint here and then force it to close, you see the joint separates. And this is the submission here. You're popping the joint. Okay? Now, the bigger the object I put in between the joint, he goes to close, and then the separation gets bigger. Okay? So that's important. And then the third point is that the closer I get to the joint and close, more separation. All right. So when I turn the wrist, what happens is when you put your arm between his elbow, it's like this, and you can see it's a thin profile. I turn it 90, and now I've like doubled the thickness. Okay. So you're putting something thicker in between. You're putting something thicker going from here to here. Okay, so now it's harder for it to close and you're causing more damage to the elbow. Physics, yep. That's why I took electrical engineering. Okay. Let me scroll down. Oh, I got some more. Yeah, a lot of people strolling in late. Get you guys in here. Yeah, the twisting. Michael Beatty asked, why is a monkey grip a better grip when applying the Kimura? Okay, that's a good question. I think a lot of people could benefit from that. Okay, so again, we're going to go back to physics. All right, so come on this right here. And what he means by monkey grip, right? Normally you grab and we use our thumbs that we got from, you know, evolution or whatever, okay? Right here, I'm going like this and I grab, right? So I have a thumb on one side, 4 fingers on the other. I like to, for Kimuras, you like to hook, okay? Boom, where all the fingers are on one side. Some people call this monkey grip also, all right? Right here. The reason why you want to hook, particularly when you're doing a Kimura, because when I'm here and I'm using thumbs, okay, the pressure that I'm putting upwards to finish the Kimura, in physics, you have an equal and opposite force. So if I'm exerting a force going up, there's also a force going down, okay, and that force coming down is going down into my thumb, okay. So when I'm cranking and he's resisting, go ahead, the thumb will give. And then once the thumb gives, the lock is lost. Okay? So then you want to hook. So when the downward force comes, there's nothing that's going against. Okay? So that you don't hurt your, what do you call again, your thumb. Okay? So that's the question. Levato likes the monkey grip, the palm. It's just a different grip. You can, yeah, you could definitely like control the wrist instead of the palm instead of the wrist. I just like the wrist, a different style. It's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay, cool. All right, so we've gone through the first hour, all right, of techniques that I was showing. So now I'm going to turn it over to you guys, all right? And I'll let you guys ask a question and then I'll answer it, okay? So I'm going to make a post and then we'll go from there. Who has a question? about the Kimura trap system. Don't ask me about my personal life or, or my favorite movie. Okay, so I'm gonna post it right now. Okay, only put questions here so I can see them easily. Again, put your questions there on that post that I just made on the Facebook group, okay? And I'll answer them in the order that I see them. And again, it could be by any of the techniques in there, okay? Because I've been going over stuff. Okay, question number 1, Rick Marshall. What is the mindset of the Kimura trap escape? Okay, good question. Now, Kimura trap's it's tricky by design, right? It's supposed to make you think that escape is easy, and it's actually very difficult, okay? So, get me in the Kimura?
It's a trap.
It's a trap, right? So, I'm here, okay? He's got the trap, all right? Now, I told you, I can't go this way, because I'll hurt my own arm, you know. If I go this way, it sets up all the attacks. Okay, come back. If I try to bridge, he could take my back. Just slide over it. All right, so it's like a lot of danger spots. So there's no really like easy way to get out. All right. What you would ultimately like to do is to break the Kimura grip. All right. If this grip was broken or weakened, okay, where like right now I just sort of extended my arm. When I turn in, there's a better chance that I could muscle out from the grip, okay? So, simplest way of trying to work out of this, I'll use both hands, straighten the grip out as much as I can, okay? And then from here, I could try to walk into him and roll with the goal of trying to bring my body very upright. When I'm here, I'll walk, boom, okay? And then I got like a lot of leverage at this point where I can work to break the grip. A lot of times you can get a Kimura on him on your way out. If I walk here, you know, I can lock, okay, and get a Kimura myself, okay, on the way out. Okay, so here, extend the grip and walk around. Again, my goal of walking around is just to continue to extend the grip a little bit, all right? And then from here, once the grip starts to break on his part, I can grab his wrist, grab my own wrist, and now when I come up, you know, now I have a Kimura where I can attack and go there. So. Okay, so Kimura trap escape. We'll get to that in a second. Robert, Jordan. Triangle from behind. I'm not sure what you're asking there. How would you counter the Kimura lockdown? Okay. Let's do that. So he gets me Kimura lockdown. Okay. Again, if I can get up here, I've made the grip weak. Okay. At this point now, he's got very low leverage on the arm. So my goal would be to try to get my shoulders high. While I'm low or my head's on the mat, I'm in a super weak position. Okay, and then I attack. So obviously I want to defend my hands. So I want to defend my hands to make sure I'm grabbing somewhere firm or locked. But ultimately, I want to try to raise up and put pressure upwards so that I can get my shoulders up. Once I start squaring up here, you know, and start moving up, now it's a lot harder for him to finish, you know. And if I could stand up, I could really break the position apart. So again, you get caught here, all right. To try to stack your body as high as you can, and again, straightening your arms. Boom. Okay, let me do another angle. That's not really coming out. Other side. Okay. Okay, so on this side, I'm here. Try to raise up. Okay, you see I'm defending my hands. Okay. And again, I'm keeping my hands together. And remember, you can't hold a Kimura if your arm is straight. Okay, so that's your whole thing here. I'm like this. Now this is easier said than done. All right, like he's not really going hard, but I mean that's your best bet. It's again, a lot of these positions are tricky. There's not a really like easy escape. And again, that's part of the strength behind the system. Okay, let me go to the next question. When opponent goes for single leg and I get the lock and take him down, the leg in between sometimes gets stuck. How do I minimize that from happening? Okay, let's go video. So, shoots, gets up, I lock here, and now I'm assuming you're falling back and your middle leg is getting stuck in between his legs on the way down. Right? So we go here, and then hold on to my leg. Let me adjust the position. So something like to this effect, I imagine, where your middle leg is caught in between his legs. Turn a little bit more. Where he's holding on, so now like everything's like tangled up in a mess. Okay, this can happen. Not a big deal really, because like he can't really advance himself. He's just sort of like stalling here, if you will. All right, but real easy. First, I want to break the grip. Right now he's locking with his hands and his legs, so he's got like two grips. So I break this one first, which is the weaker one. I'll just use the Kimura and extend out. And then he'll still have the leg. So he's still holding on to the leg. I just use my free leg, kick it out, and then get into the position. As far as, so it's really simple, all right? It's just having the intuition to know that you can do that. As far as preventing that from happening, the harder you kick him over, the less likely that's to happen, okay? So when you're here, he shoots in. This leg here, you want it to snap. If I just fall down with it, like if I just do this, it's gonna always get stuck, all right? So you gotta snap the leg and kick. So you wanna throw him a little bit, right? So when he gets here, okay, when I get in and lower, boom. See how when I kick, I throw him off. So now it's much more difficult, okay, for him to hold on to the legs. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, can you show a good entry into the Kimura trap from the half guard without telegraphing it too much? All right, no problem. Let's do it. So I'm in the half guard. Okay, right here. First of all, like when I work the half guard, I want to be on my side. Okay, I don't want to be flat here. Okay, so I want to try to stay on my side. All right, it's better for my whole half guard game. I have my half guard closed. Okay, so I got my legs locked, and what I will do, all right, is my top arm right here. I'll make a frame where I'm gonna be over his shoulder. Let's turn a little bit here. Over his shoulder on this side with the elbow on the other side. Okay, so this is super important to be able to keep the distance. All right. So when he tries to get tight in a pressure pass, up here, okay. So he's not getting in. On the lower body part, I'm also going to use what they call like the shin shield, right? Where I'll have the shin come over. All right. So now I got like a very strong frame here, okay? Because I'm blocking all this right here, okay? So that he can't get tight. Okay, he tries to get tight, and I got the frame here very strong. Okay, so this is how I want to start out. Okay, and now from here, what's naturally going to happen is this. He's going to rest this hand here to balance. Okay, so when I'm here, that's there. And when he's doing that, you can hook the wrist, plant the elbow, and then I'm just going to shoot over. Oh, and go to the Kimura right here. Sometimes you can do this by making him plant. If he's off here, I'll push there to make him just do like a little balance check. And then the moment that he balance checks here, boom, and I'll sit up. Okay, and if you can get like a little hip bump so that he has to really brace himself on this side, it's even better. And meaning like when I'm here, right? I come up for the Kimura. Oh, you see how I popped him with the hips? If he wasn't ready, that would have been a sweep there, right? But if he pops, boom, he's defending. He's still balanced. Keep your balance. Okay. So I haven't swept him, but I've made a lot of room. So now I can throw my hips out towards you guys, right? And then throw the leg over the head, wow. And then secure the Kimura lockdown. So when I'm here, boom, I'm doing this, okay? I have my frame, both shin and forearm, okay? So that I'm not giving him anything to work on this side. I'm making him come more over here, okay? So this makes this more tempting for him to get his wrist down. And the moment he does, boom, with a hook, elbow, sit up, boom, and I'll hit, boom, here with the hips. I lock on, and now I'll throw my hips back. So I'm gonna like hip escape. Throw my other leg over, and lock here. Okay. So that's a simple setup, but it's very easy to use, and it's pretty much available almost all the time. All right, I'm a little parched here. I'm gonna take a minute just to drink some water. In the meantime, let's put up another contest, right? Who wants to win a prize? What's that? Okay, who wants to win something? Let's hear it. Okay. Let's get a couple more people in. Let's make this, oh wow, that jumped up real fast. All right. Next prize. What time are we at? Okay, we're getting close. I'll make this one a little sweeter. This is gonna be three things in one. It's gonna be the t-shirt, it's gonna be the Switch DVD, and it's also gonna be my audio CD, Path to Mastery. All right, so 3 things that you're gonna pick up right here. Let's make this question a little bit more interesting. I'm gonna write in the trivia question. Let's see, let's make it good. Okay, this is almost like a riddle. Actually, no, we'll say that one for now. All right, question has been posted. Comment on the question to win the prize, which is the t-shirt, the Switch DVD, and the Path to Mastery audio CD. Let's see who's got it. Nobody's got it yet. Nope, it's still on. Nobody's got it. We're talking about me. I've competed in Brazil only once. Oh, we got a winner. We got a winner. Let me see who was the first one to get it. I saw it briefly. Zij Dalian. It was Zanja. It was Zanja Ribeiro that I competed with in Brazil. So I don't know if I'm saying that right, if I'm butchering your name, my bad, but Zij Dalian, you have won. Okay, the Switch DVD, the t-shirt, and the Path to Mastery audio CD. Okay, congratulations, sir. Okay, let's go back here. Cool. All right, we got some more time still. Okay, let's take a few more questions, and then I'm gonna share with you guys the special that we're gonna be doing for the Kimura trap system. All right, so let's throw it down. I'm gonna post another comment here. Okay, who has another question about technique in the Kimura trap system? Let's take a few more questions. Okay. Any setups from a clinch? Andy Bignell asks. Sure. All right. If you're standing, okay, we're like head and arm tight. Like what I need is, boom, this, right? Now, when you go here, you are going to expose your back, okay? Which is not the best thing, but it's not the end of it, because you could easily finish Kimura. If you have the Kimura very tight, like if I had this here and he gets all the way behind me, you know, I'm still good, you know, because I can throw, okay, and pull him through, you know, I can trip, okay, here. So there's a lot of things you can do with the Kimura grip. Granted, it's a good Kimura, all right? But from the standing position, I'd rather not like come over like this and get my back. However, what sometimes you can do from from like a head and collar tie up, we're here, snap the head, and come in here. Because now that his head has dropped below, I'm not as worried about coming here. Because the worst thing that's going to happen now, he's going to come into my legs, right, and grab a single leg or whatnot, and I'm fine with that, right? Because you know I already have the trap position. So, you know, anytime you could do like a head snap, you could go for it, right? So, if my head and collar tie up, you know, I could just snap the head here, boom, and come over here. You could also do it from an over-under. If you're in an over-under, I'll pull down and step back. Okay, we move a little bit here. You watch the feet. You know, I'll pull to get them going down. Wow, and then go over and get the Kimura here. All right. So, in general, whenever you can do a head snap, but like a good head snap, where like he's like really dropping low, and you could put your chest on his back, you could set it up like that. Common mistakes to avoid, Itamar. Okay, yes. Edgar, come on, baby. Let's go. All right, video feed. Number one, when you're doing it from the feet, you want to stop any forward momentum moving into you. Like if he shoots in and he's taking me down, like start taking me down, and as I'm going down, I'm trying to get this, it's not going to work. Okay? Especially like on double legs, right? Because like you'll get run over. So you need to have defended the initial attack, at least like to make him stop for a moment. Okay, so example, if he shoots the single leg, boom, okay? I like to meet with the hips on all the shots. He shoots the double leg, all right? Boom, I hit with the hips. Okay, he's gonna do two things. One, you're stopping the forward momentum, all right? So you're slowing him down, all right? And then two, shoot on the other side. When I hit with the hips, I'm also changing my angle from here to here, where it's easier to lock the Kimura. Okay, so same thing for the single. He shoots in, hips. Okay, now as he starts coming up, I'm already in a good position, boom, to start locking this here. If you're very square, it's a harder grab. Okay, so again, use your hips, stop the momentum so that you can get a better angle to set up your Kimura. Number two, once you're on your feet, okay, when I lock, okay, common mistake is using thumbs, all right? No thumbs, monkey grip. Number three, when I get a Kimura, like right now, this is like a weak position for a Kimura. If you see how extended my arms are, okay, they're almost locked out. To hold the Kimura here is weaker, right? I want to pull up. Okay, when I start curling up, and particularly when I use the motorcycle grip, right? Here, up. Now I have a stronger grip. Okay, generally, like the closer his elbow comes to your chest, the more beneficial it is for you, right? Like when his elbow is very far away, it's a weak grip. You know, when I get his elbow, like loosen up a little bit here. If I had his elbow like this, you know, like very tight to my chest, it's a super strong grip. Okay, so you know, your whole time you're doing your Kimura, you know, focusing on that, keeping his arm bent, staying tight with him, and trying to keep your chest close to him. Okay, so once you throw, slide it a little bit. Once you throw and you get on the ground, notice my position. I'm sideways. We're perpendicular to each other. Okay, so we're making like a T. Again, here's where a lot of people make mistakes on the grip. They get here and then they're loose. Like I'm holding the Kimura, I can even hold it tight. But if I'm not keeping this part of his arm away from the ground, he'll be able to turn really fast. Okay, if I kept his arm like this, try to turn into me, he won't be able to without this, without some part of his arm posting. Okay, so my job here, again, extend out. Okay, so I'm keeping the arm bent, and I'm also extending it out so that no part of his arm is touching the ground. When you do a very good job of this, okay, and a super good job of it, the only way he could turn into is to bridge, right? When he goes so hard, come in, like he won't be able to turn there. He'll have to try to bridge to make up for the space. So when he bridges, well, bridge, then the back is exposed. Okay. So those are common pointers, right, for Kimura trap setups. Let me see. Let me look through some more questions, get a few more in. Kimura from side control. Okay, from the top position. Let me see. I mean, that's pretty basic. Okay, I like this one. Okay, someone had asked it earlier. How would you transition to the crucifix from the Kimura trap TV position? Okay, so I'm here. Keep your legs flat. So I'm here, all right, and I want to get to a crucifix. Okay, one thing I can do, all right, if there's a little space, my top leg can just hook with the heel over his arm, pull it back, and then I can figure four. On the other side, I already have the Kimura, so I'll just pull the grip back behind my neck and then lock here. Okay, so now I have my right hand clasped behind my neck, okay, to secure the grip, and I have a figure four, okay, with its arm out here to secure this. So with both of these combined, I have a very strong position here, okay, where now I can rain down elbows to strike. Okay, if you're doing a gi, you know, you can come for like lapel chokes and whatnot. All right, so a good position for both grappling and for MMA. Okay, now again, this setup is fairly simple. It's just looking for the heel to dig into the arm. All right, but that's not really there a lot. Okay, what I'll show you real quick is my favorite way of doing this, and I do this a lot. Right, when he's on his fours. If he's on his fours, turn to the side. Here, okay, I get on the side, right? I call it like the quarter position, right? Where what I'm doing, I'm gonna put my knee in between his knee and his elbow, and that little gap right here. So I'm gonna put one knee in, and then my other leg out, like I'm doing a knee and belly almost, okay? So knees in between, leg is out. All right, and then I'm going chest to back. Okay, so from the other angle, knees going in between, legs out, chest to back. Okay, there's a lot of ways to get into this, but just to shorten some time here. All I'm going to do now, if I can get here, is Kimura the far arm. Boom. Okay, and now that I got that Kimura, I can use it to pull him back into me. Here. Okay, and we get back into the TV position. So this is actually one of the better ways of setting up the Kimura trap. If you guys watch Keenan Cornelius in the Nogi Worlds, he hit this, I think it was in his finals match of his brown belt division, to secure an armbar. Okay, from another angle, we're here, knee goes in between, lock the Kimura here. Now I dig my heel into the mat so that I can push with my legs as I pull with my grip. Okay, and this is like a harness grip, so I want to keep my chest plastered to his back, so there's a lot of pressure keeping us together. Okay, and that's what makes this work. If you're very loose, it's not going to work. Right? So I'm pulling up as I push in, so I'm tight here, and then I'm just going to fall back. Okay, to pull them, okay, right into the TV position. Come back up. Now, what does this have to do with the crucifix? All right. Well, from here, as you're pulling him back, it's very easy to hook right there. Okay. So again, I'm here, just to back. I lock the Kimura, I go over, pull, and you see how I just have to hook right there to get my crucifix as I lay down. Boom, and finish. So you can pull them into that like inverted crucifix, if you will, and then from here, even if you can't get them to go over, that knee that's in the middle can also push out, so I can lock the crucifix from the knees. Okay, so from here, you know, if I'm doing MMA, I can start striking from here, start working chokes, or I can just pull him, or just keep that control. There's like reverse arm bars. So it's a strong position to be like on the side here. There's a lot of attacks, particularly with the Kimura. Okay. All right, what time we're at? Let's move a little bit more. Okay, let's do one here. Kimura from the top of the butterfly guard. Okay, so from the top position. So there's a couple ways you can do this. Okay, this is the way I like to do it. All right, we're starting. Well, if we could go from here, but I'm going to show it from my feet, so a little bit different. I'm going to come up to my feet, control the ankles, and I'm going to do like an ankle throw by. I'm just going to juke, throw, get a knee on belly position. Okay, so basic pass attempt. Now, if a guy's good, he's going to defend right away. Okay, so when I come here, throw, boom, he's going to come in, and oftentimes he's going to work to push that knee off, right, with the hands, push, all right? So he's gonna reach with his arm. So this is the arm that I'll attack, all right? So we're here, boom, ankle throw by, knee and belly, boom. And then I hit the Kimura from the top. Okay, so I like to call this a diving Kimura trap. Okay, so we're here, ankle control, throw by, knee and belly. I feel that hand start coming out. I'm going to start here, and in the air, I'm going to weave this arm, okay? And I'm going to dump my hips. Now, in training, to be cool, you throw your hips over his head. But if this was like competition or like a street scenario, I would dump my hips directly on his head. So I would come here, boom, and crush. All right, but it's not going to be any fun, all right, in the training room. All right, so it would be like dojo friendly. I'll slide here, okay, hook, okay, a different angle, turn a little bit. So a knee and belly, hook, boom, and come in here. Now the thing you want to make sure that you don't do is be excessively friendly and jump like way out, like all the way out here. All right, because then you're giving him a chance to roll. But if he does do that, you can always switch. All right, it's a Kimura lockdown.